Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'll be talking about and giving you the best tips to prepare for the Plab 2 exam. I recently gave my Plab 2 exam and I passed my Plab 2 exam in the first attempt. So while preparing for my Plab 2 exam, I learned a few things. Basically, the fundamentals to prepare and accelerate your preparation process. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to make sure that you accelerate your preparation process and get the best out of preparing for the Plab 2 exam. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. So the first tip that I'm going to give you in this video is to go through your academy notes at least 4 to 5 times. So based upon whatever academy you choose to go to, any academy will basically give you 2 kinds of notes. The first will be the case notes, in which they will discuss all the different case scenarios that they think that will appear in the exam. And the second notes that they will give you will be the structure notes. Now these structure notes are really important for you because they will give you a basic idea how to approach any station in the exam. So before you sit the exam, you should be really well versed with these structure notes. So what I recommend you to do is that before you start discussing cases or practicing cases with your friends, you should at least go 4 to 5 times through these structure notes. So also how it will help you in the exam will be, they give you 1.5 minutes outside before entering any station. So during those 1.5 minutes, what you can use this time is that to build up the structure in your head for any scenario. So what it will do for you is that when you go and approach the station in the exam, first thing that will do is you will approach any station with a lot of confidence. Second thing that's going to do for you is that it will help you time the station. So you get 8 minutes to complete any station. So if you are going with the structure, you'll be able to complete the station within the 8 minutes and will be able to kill that station with a lot of confidence. So the second tip I'm going to give you here is to practice with a maximum of 2 people. And I repeat, yes, a maximum of 2 people. I know this suggestion of mine would be contradictory to a lot of suggestions that you get online. A lot of advice in online or like in the academies also suggest that you should practice with a multitude of partners. That will really help you to build up your style. They'll give you a lot of confidence in the exam and you will be able to take up any scenario in front of any person very, very confidently and very fluently. But definitely this whole thing has its merits, but I strongly believe that you should only practice with just 2 partners, and I will explain it to you consequently, like down the line, why I believe that. But first, before I move to that, I'm going to explain to you how you should practice with these 2 partners. So the first partner that you will have will be your permanent partner. So just like yourself, this partner would have revised the structure notes at least 4 to 5 times, would have a good idea of the structure, which should be well versed with all the structures. So now, for example, if you start the prep for this exam 1 month or 1.5 months before the exam, so you will every day practice with this partner and you will tell this partner to make notes of all the mistakes that you do while you practice with them. So that will make sure that you are following the structure first of all and make sure that you're not going off track, and will make sure that your progress is linear, as this partner will be able to tell you that you're doing, like, are you doing well every day or you're not doing well every day. So this partner is going to be a permanent partner. Now the second partner that you will have would be towards the end. So just say you have 2 weeks left for the exam, and now you will switch partners, you will change partners. Now what I recommend you to go with is that go with relatively somebody who's new, somebody who has not practiced that much, who has read a few structures and basically knows how a station goes but does not know too much about the station. So what it will help you with is it'll give you a natural way to proceed with the station. So for example, a patient would not know what structure to follow, a patient would not know how a disease or a case scenario is going to fold. So this partner will help you to be more natural in your process. While you are using this partner to practice, you're not going to leave your first partner. You will make your first partner to sit beside you. Tell him to record the conversation that you're having with this new partner and make sure that he makes all the notes or she makes all the notes and like tells you all the mistakes, and vice versa you can do with that partner as well. So you both get a good practice. And trust me, I've seen people practice with a multitude of partners. They will practice with at least 7 to 8 people a day. They will have different people to practice with in the morning, different people to practice with in the evening. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a lot of style from different people, try to learn empathy and sympathy from a lot of people, how the gestures need to be done, how you need to talk, conversate from a lot of people. What all it does is that by the end of it, you will have so much feedback from so many different people, because everybody will have some uniqueness in their own way of how to on way of dealing with the opposite person or the patient, right? So by the end, they have so much feedback, they have seen so many different styles from so many different people, that what ends up happening is that they end up mixing up everything and they forget about their own originality. Let me tell you one thing about this exam. This exam is basically you acting as a doctor. You don't even need to act as a doctor. You understand. You are a doctor and you're talking to a patient. So be natural, be yourself. That's the first thing that that should come to exam. Don't try to learn from so many different people. What you need to do is that you need to refine your own talking skills. You don't need like 7 to 10 people every day to tell you how to refine your own skills. You just need 2 people, maximum of 3 people, to just tell you how you should approach and how you should go like forward. And trust me, I've seen these people who have practiced with this multitude of partners. The result was never favorable. The result was never positive, because they were so confused by the end of it that they just ended up being like a different version completely and forgetting the originality at the end. So I truly recommend you just practice with 2 to 3 pounds. Stick with them, practice every day, and just forget about everything else. Don't think about these people are practicing with so many different people, they will learn so much from them. Don't think about it. You know that you should know one thing about yourself, that you are a doctor and you have to be a doctor in the exam. That's all. Be little bit more empathetic and sympathetic in the exam, like more than you are generally with your patients in your home country. Just be more than that. That's it. That's all you need. So third tip that I'm going to give you in this video is to know all your cases. Yes, I know some people would say, oh, it's a bad thing, you should not know all your cases, it's basically cramming. No, I'm not telling you to cram each and every case that is there in your big file, that academy notes that you get from the academy. No, absolutely no. That's a big no. Don't do that. What you're going to do is that have a basic idea of every case. That will help you cover most of the cases. I'm not saying that all the cases will come from your academy notes. Definitely they're not going to come from your academy notes. Not all of them. A few will be from outside. And in that, the first tip will help you. If you know the structure well, you will be able to approach that station really well and will be able to pass that station completely without any problem. What I want you to do, that what I suffered from, is that I emphasized on the structure a lot. I was quite freestyling in the exam. I thought that I should be as natural as I have to be, and in that process I basically did not know all my cases. So that really made it really difficult for me to make a diagnosis in the end. So if you know all the cases, you would know what are the specific questions that you need to ask in some specific diseases to make the diagnosis. And if you can have a little bit idea about all these cases, it's going to really help you in the exam. So I definitely recommend for you to just go through all the cases, at least whatever the cases are in the notes. Just go through them, have a basic idea about them, and whenever the buzzwords comes to you in the exam from the patient, or you are able to make a diagnosis based upon the specific question to that specific disease you've asked, it'll be really helpful for you. So just kind of have a basic idea of all the cases. The fourth tip that I'm going to give you in this video is that just take it easy, alright? I know so many people who would come to the academy at 8 in the morning, would go, not even leave the academy. The workers in the academy would used to push them out of the academy when the academy used to close. And they would be sitting like this for the whole period of whatever preparation they've done. 2 months, 3 months of sitting every single day. I'm not condemning it. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing. You should not take this exam seriously. Definitely you should take this exam seriously. But you should always remember this thing. The first thing that you need to remember when you're preparing for this exam is that you're a doctor, mate. If you are a doctor, you need to be the doctor in the exam. That's it. You're not learning medical knowledge here, alright? You're learning how to get the most information out of the patient, how to be most empathetic and sympathetic that you can be, and how to approach any scenario in the best way possible. That's all. Rest, you're a doctor. Nobody is going to question your clinical skills. Nobody is going to question your intellect on you being a doctor. They've already checked that in the Plab 1 exam. This exam is not that. Just take it easy, all right? don't burn yourself out by like doing so much work, practicing so many stations, like learning so much, reading every day so much. What it will do by the end is that going to saturate you up, and then you will lose your grip, you will confuse a lot of things. And I know it's a messy situation to be in. I've seen a lot of people who have practiced and worked a very hard for this exam, put so much money in the exam, just because they took it too seriously and forgot to be what they're supposed to be, they messed up this exam. So do not do that. Just take it easy, okay? Do your 5 to 6 hours a day, every day. Put in consistent effort. Just relax. Just be focused, but not too much focused on that one thing that you want to achieve. The fifth and the final tip that I'm going to give you in this video is that to practice for 3 straight hours. So now, for example, you're just 2 weeks short of the exam. Now, what I want you to do in this week, the first week of the 2 weeks, is that practice for 3 straight hours. Now, what you would do is that, for example, you've got your new partner. Now, what you would do with them is that you will practice for 3 hours straight. So you will pile up all the case scenarios. For example, you're going to practice 18, 20 case scenarios. You'll pile all these case scenarios up. Tell your other like permanent partner to do that for you. So he has piled up all, or she has piled up all these case scenarios for you. Now they're going to give you these case scenarios one by one. So give you 1 minute to prepare and then go. 8 minutes straight, go. And then give you 1 minute to prepare, then 8 minutes, go. So like this, you'll practice straight for 3 hours. So what we'll do for you is that give you stamina to go through the whole exam. The exam could be really taxing because it's like one station after another station. Definitely you get 2 rest stations, but then they just fly out, and trust me, they just fly off. And they're not enough for you to like practice and rest, like completely like, freshen up your mind. So you should have a good practice to be able to, you know, get through those 3 hours really well. So do that for 1 week. So the first week of that 2 weeks, last 2 weeks left. And the last week, what you're going to do is that with any academy, they generally give you mocks, right? So just do a couple of mocks, like two mocks, like straight for like 3 hours mocks, all covering all the 16 to 18 stations. Just do those 2 mocks. And the last 3 to 4 days, just relax, okay? Don't do anything, just relax. Do whatever you love, do what you like. UK is a beautiful place. Go around, see new things, and talk to people, talk to local people. That will really help you to understand how they, you know, how these people are generally, how much sympathy or how much gratitude they show in the normal conversations. That will really help you build that up. So that was all for this video. I gave you 5 tips, and I'm going to show you that if you follow these 5 tips to the core, there's no way that you can fail this exam. There's definitely you will pass this exam with flying colors if you follow these tips. So if you have any queries, if you have any questions, or you are confused about any of these exams, Plab 1, Plab 2, OET, IELTS, or any of these exams, please feel free to contact me on Instagram. I will leave the link in the description box. Don't hesitate, DM me straight. I will try to answer you as soon as possible in the best of the ability that I can. Even if you have any other medical questions or related to anything else, you can message me there. Till the next time, stay tuned. I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye.